off and playing shortstop number 3, Evelyn Moe. Center fielder number 4, Kiara Summers. First baseman number 1, Caitlin Brenna. Batting cleanup left fielder number 15, Maria Watt. At third base number 2, Morgan Tollefson. Right fielder number 7, Jenna Bjelland. At second base number 6, Taylor Oakley. Designated player for the Rebels number 8, Brianna McCullum. The catcher number 10, Skylar Spester. And the pitcher number 17, Mallory Leitner. Head coach of the Dilworth Linden Felton Rebels, Mr. Ron Drexel, with the rest of the coaches, players, and staff of the Dilworth Linden Felton High School Rebels girls softball team. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, our Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. Hitting things off, third baseman number 10, Maddie Spade. The second baseman number 4, Kate Gulbrandson. The pitcher number 6, Drew Severson. Batting cleanup the catcher number 7.
Good afternoon and welcome to Jim Goda Stadium at Moorhead High for softball action this afternoon as the Moorhead Spuds take on the DGF Rebels. Dilworth Linden Felton under head coach Ron Drexel coming into today's game with 9 wins in the 10 games that they have played, and they are working on a 9-game win streak. Took the opening season loss to Norman County East, Ullin Hitterdal, and have since won 9 in a row, including their last 2 games with a 13-1 decision over Frazee and then a 5-0 win over Frazee. Those games played yesterday. Let's take a look at the Dilworth starting lineup for today's game. In Game 1, Evelyn Moe leads things off. She's the shortstop. Kiara Summers plays center field and bats second. Caitlin Brenna is at first and bats third. The cleanup is left fielder Maria Watt. Morgan Tollefson is the third baseman and bats fifth. Jenna Bjelland plays right field, followed by Taylor Oakley at second. Brenna McCollum is the designated player. Skylar Spessard is the catcher, and Mallory Leitner, the pitcher, is also the flex player. And that's the way Dilworth will get things underway as they take on the slants of Drew Severson. As she had an interesting afternoon in the game earlier this week, when she was the game starter, and then got relieved after a couple of innings, came back on and finished the game. So she not only was the starting pitcher, she was the reliever at the end of the game. That saw the Spuds come up just short, losing that one by a score of 9-8. Fell behind in that one, 7-0. Before coming back in the later innings and pulled within one in the seventh inning rather, and it was Hawley that came away with the win. Moorhead then came on to win in game 2. So they have split their last 2 games, and they have won 2 of their last 3. We're getting ready to go as Evelyn Moe stands in for DGF. Drew Severson looks in for the sign, wheels and deals, and we are underway with a called strike. Just catching the outside corner, Drew Severson gets the game underway with a called strike. Outfield shaded a little bit to the left, and the wind blowing in here this afternoon as the pitch is delivered for a called strike 2. 2 quick strikes catching the corners, catching Evelyn Moe now behind on the count at 0-2 as she stands in. Squared away stance, and Severson delivers a bouncer behind the plate, fouling it off, coming all the way back to the bleachers area, and the count stays at 2 strikes. Infield playing straight away, in tight at first, in a base width at third. Shortstop and second back a couple of steps. As the pitch goes to the right side, it stays fair and picked up by Yitzel Delgado, first baseman for the Spuds, and there for the putout. And that goes with, and there is one away. So Delgado playing that soft roller up. 3 unassisted on that play, and there is one away, and here comes Kiara Summers. DGF center fielder. Into the game batting at .457. A couple of salty batting averages up and down the lineup, and we've got things underway with a strike zone. Drew Severson is finding the strike zone here early on as Kiara Summers stands in from the left side, takes a run up on the pitch, and again it's strike 2. Both batters have fallen behind 2 strikes as Drew Severson quickly wants to get back into action. Here's the windup and the 2-strike pitch, swung on and fouled away. The afternoon has turned somewhat sunny, warmer temperatures than what we experienced earlier this morning. We were a little concerned about the playing conditions here this afternoon, but right now it's not ideal, but it's a whole lot better than what we had as we play softball here at Jim Goda Stadium. Here's a pitch, bounce to the short. Fine from there on over, and not quite in time. A little bit too much time at short for Bria Holm, who took her time getting the ball, played it cleanly, but could not get the throw across in time, and that'll go as an infield base hit. So Kiara Summers with good speed on now at first, and here's Caitlin Brenna. DGF first baseman, Brenna out of the strike zone, hoping to get her to swing at a bad pitch and maybe ground out on the play. But good eye by Caitlin Brenna, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Here's Severson with the delivery, and it's bounced to the left side. Home was the throw there, and on to first is not in time. So they get the force at second, 6-4 in the put out there, but the relay to first is not in time. And Brenna now takes over at first base on the field.
Leading things off for the Spuds in the bottom of the 5th inning.
So we go to the bottom of the first inning here at Jim Goda Stadium. And leading things off for Moorhead, third baseman Maddie Spaeth. It'll be Spaeth followed by Gulbranson and then Severson from Moorhead. Batting here in the bottom of the first. Standing back and taking a called strike. Starting pitcher today for Dilworth, Mallory Leitner. And she plays as the flex player. Mallory Leitner winds up, big, strong right-hander. And that one is fouled off to the far side, and it's strike two. So both pitchers getting early strikes on their opponents here as Dilworth batted in the first without a run, got a base hit, but no farther than that. And Moorhead coming to bat here in the bottom of the first as Leitner delivers, just missing up and away. Ball and two strikes as Leitner prepares and sets, and that one bounced in and off, and now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Kate Gulbrand, or on Maddie Spaeth. Moorhead third baseman settles in and slaps one to the right side. Picked up there at first by Caitlin Brenna, steps on the bag, and there's one away. Kate Gulbranson steps in now for Moorhead, second baseman.
Second baseman number 4,
Kate Gulbranson batting here with one out, and she stands in from the right side. Moorhead has a predominantly right-handed batting order. And Leitner's pitch is a strike as she caught the plate at the letters. Mallory Leitner. And the pitch. That one bounced in and off to the side, low into the turf. The count evens up now at 1-1. Wide open stance. And here's the delivery by Leitner. And that one is down low. So Leitner falling behind. 2 balls and a strike on Kate Gulbranson. Leitner delivers. And caught the letters outside part of the plate. Called strike, and things even up now at 2-2. Kate Gulbranson waits on Leitner, who delivers. And that one is slapped to the near side and foul. It bounces past the Moorhead dugout area and up the track. And the count stays even up at 2-2. Stacy Holm in her coaching box down the third baseline. As Leitner delivers. Called strike 3. That one was up high and catching the outside corner at the letters, but a strikeout. Kate Gulbranson goes down, and there are 2 away now. And Mallory Leitner now will face Drew Severson, her counterpart on the afternoon, batting third in the lineup, Drew Severson. And she's a right-handed hitter. Slightly closed stance as the pitch comes in, and called strike. Good start for both pitchers here this afternoon, finding the strike zone early. Strike 1, the count now on Drew Severson as Mallory Leitner delivers, and that one is fouled off to the side, and it's strike 2. Sunny skies becoming more prevalent as that one is tipped off to the side and caught and thrown down to first, and that's the out. It'll go as a strikeout, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Moorhead in their half of the first inning. And after 1 inning complete, it's Moorhead nothing and DGF nothing.
No score, we've completed one. The Rebels to bat here in the top.
DGF coming to bat now in the top of the second inning. Got a base runner. Kiara Swanson got a base hit in the first inning, but was forced out at second. And so for DGF here in the top of the second inning, it will be Morgan Tollefson, the third baseman, followed by Jenna Bjelland and then Taylor Ockery. Batters 5, 6, and 7 in the DGF order as Drew Severson is in and around the strike zone throughout that first inning, and we are scoreless after one inning of play. Moorhead with a quick meeting around Drew Severson before they settle back in their infield positions. Outfield playing in just a bit and shaded off to the far right side. Stepping in, here is Morgan Tollefson, and she takes a pitch up and away for ball one. First time early on that Drew Severson has fallen behind. And now the 1-ball count as Drew Severson eyes the signal and goes into the wind and delivers the pitch, and it bounces off her glove. And Moorhead had 3 different players that could not handle it. First it was Severson, and then third baseman Maddie Spaeth had a chance. Bria Holm also had a chance, and by that time everybody was safe at first. And there's a runner on now as Morgan Tollefson. We'll give a base hit on that one. It was a tough, hard play. And here's a bunt attempt fouled. Jenna Bjelland, DGF right fielder, fouling that one off, and it's strike one. Runner on at first, Morgan Tollefson, as Bjelland settles in. Way forward in the batter's box. Her right foot is almost even with the front of the plate as the pitch is delivered down low, and it's ball one. Drew Severson delivers, and this one is slapped to the left side and just foul. It just got foul. A hard hit ball by Bjelland, but wide of third and down the left field line, and so everybody comes back now on a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count on Jenna Bjelland. As she waits, Severson delivers. Off-speed pitch that fell out of the strike zone. Things even up now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jenna Bjelland. Drew Severson peers in, goes into the windup, and here's the pitch. And that one is down low and it rolls away. And that will allow Morgan Tollefson to head on down to second base. Wild pitch by Severson. And Morgan Tollefson now at second with the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count on Jenna Bjelland. As she stands in and waits, Drew Severson with the payoff pitch. It's under there and just up high. And ball 4. She had to take a quick look back at the home plate umpire to be sure. But DGF starts the second inning with a couple of base runners. A single and a wild pitch has Morgan Tollefson down at second. A base on balls here to Jenna Bjelland, who takes her spot at first. And here's Taylor Ockery. DGF second baseman Taylor Ockery comes in batting .276, fouls one at the plate. And runners will go back to first and second. Again, forward in the box. Taylor Ockery waits in a bunt attempt right down the line and foul. A nice bunt attempt, but it caught a little backward spin on it and rolled foul about 10 feet out in front of home plate. And Taylor Ockery back in the box now at a ball and 2 strikes. So Ron Drexel trying to move some runners along with runners at first and second. Nobody out. Here's Taylor Ockery with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. She'll be swinging away, but watches one dip down low for ball. Ball and 2 strikes now on Taylor Ockery. As she settles in, Drew Severson, the windup and the delivery, called strike 3. Just did catch the corner at the knees. And Drew Severson gets her first strikeout of the afternoon as Taylor Ockery heads off to the side. And here comes Brianna McCollum. The designated player, Brianna McCollum. Into the game, batting an even 300. Slaps one foul, and that one down the third baseline, fielded there, but it'll go as a strike. And Drew Severson ahead on the count quickly here with a one-strike count of Brianna McCollum batting with one out, top of the second inning. Here's the pitch, and this one is bunted foul. Trying to put some pressure on the defense with every batter up appeared at one time or other to have a square away and a bunt attempt. But so far, those bunts have gone and rolled foul, and the at-bat continues. Brianna McCollum takes a look at a pitch up and away. Ball and 2 strikes now on McCollum. As she stands forward in the box, here's Drew Severson's delivery. Popped up on the infield and then floating foul. Wide of third base, onto the track and out of play. And a ball, 2 strikes now on Brianna McCollum. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Drew Severson peering in, goes into the windup, and here's the delivery. She went off speed on it, and McCollum just did catch a little and fouled it back. Nice recovery by Brianna McCollum in the batter's box, seeing that pitch. She got just enough on it to keep her at bat alive. And as she squares up, moving a little bit farther ahead in the batter's box, the pitch comes high. Missing high and wide. Count evens up at 2-2. McCollum swaggers the bat and waits as Severson delivers way up high for ball 3. And so a second time here in the inning on a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners will be taking a long look at anything with contact. Here's the pitch by Severson, and down low for ball 4. So base hit and a couple of walks by DGF here in the second inning, and bases are loaded. And it brings up catcher Skylar Spessard. Batting .421, the number 9 batter in the order, Skylar Spessard, with an average on the upper side of that 400 line. .421 batting average, and Stacy Holm has a quick visit out, going over some strategy moves here with bases loaded and 1 out. Trying to keep the ball in the infield. There'll be a force at every base. Outfield playing somewhat straight away, but shaded slightly to the left. As Spessard stands in from the right side.
Batting for DGF, the catcher number 10.
Infield in. Spessard even up in the batter's box waiting as Drew Severson takes a look in and delivers. Strike on a swing and a miss. Going after her. She wanted to get that one out of the infield in a hurry and missed on the high pitch, that rise ball. And she dipped underneath it. Skylar Spessard now has fallen behind at 0-1. Here's the delivery, and this one is fouled to the left side. Drew Severson quickly ahead on the count now at 2 strikes on Skylar Spessard. Outfield playing still straight away. On this count, here's the delivery, and again going to the off-speed pitch and missing down and in. And it's a ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count now on Skylar, on Skylar Spessard. Severson working quickly. Called, swing and a miss, strike 3. When after a pitch down around the knees, Spessard with the strikeout, second strikeout of the inning. And there are 2 away as DGF goes to the top of the order and Evelyn Rowe. Evelyn Moe, shortstop, grounded out to first in her at-bat in the first inning. Here's a ground ball. Holm there to pick it up, and she has no play. Rhea Holm came in, made the stop, but could not get the ball out of her glove, and DGF has scored a run. Morgan Tollefson has come around to score after she started the inning with a base hit. And now Evelyn Moe is at first. And that a ground out. Okay, we had our marking down of the last at bat, and Drew Severson with the field of the play on to first. One run is in for DGF as we go to the bottom of the second inning. It's DGF 1 and Moorhead nothing. Moorhead comes to bat on the bottom of the second inning. Number 4 batter, Thea Bradstein, will lead things off, the Moorhead catcher. Batting number 4 in the order here this afternoon as the Spuds have fallen behind 1-0, and she swings at the pitch and misses for strike 1. Mallory Leitner delivers a strike on the inside corner. And down quickly goes Thea Bradstein, and she's down on strikes. Third consecutive strikeout delivered by Mallory Leitner as she finished up the first inning, striking out Kate Gulbranson and Drew Severson. And here's a grounder to the right side, and the put out there 3 unassisted, and quickly there are 2 out. And it brings up Kenzie Downer, the Moorhead center fielder. Batting 6th in the lineup here this afternoon, Kenzie Downer bats with 2 out. Center fielder number 9. Somewhat forward in the stands, and takes a look at strike 1. Slides about another 6 inches forward in it and slaps one to the right side. It's got a backward spin on it, and there'll be no play. That was a tough play, but the Spuds get their first base hit. Kenzie Downer dribbled it to the right side, and the spin was taking it away from the play. Our pitcher, Mallory Leitner, went over to play it. By the time she got it to first, it was not in time. So good hustle, good run by Kenzie Downer. And she's on at first, Moorhead's first base runner. And it brings up Rhea Holm, Moorhead shortstop. Takes a look at a called strike. DGF scoring in their half of the second inning to lead at 1-0. Moorhead batting now in the bottom of the second as the pitch is delivered for a called strike 2. So in and around the strike zone. First up and in, then down and in. Good selection of pitches by Mallory Leitner, and here's the payoff pitch as Bria Holm takes a swing at a high pitch for strike 3. And the Spuds get a base runner, but Kenzie Downer is left stranded at first. After 2 innings complete, it's DGF 1, Moorhead nothing. DGF comes to bat in the top of the third inning. And leading things off, Caitlin Brenna. DGF has worked their way to a 1-0 lead. Evelyn Moe getting the RBI with a infield base hit in the second inning. Drew Severson looks in, and here's the pitch, and that one is bounced off to the side and all the way to the backstop. And strike one the count, and Caitlin Brenna. Is it Ryan Mohagan has come on to pitch now for Moorhead. As Mohagan delivers up and away. So Drew Severson goes 2 innings and gives up a run. And here comes Ryan Mohagan on. Started the game in right field. On to pitch now here in the third inning as Mohagan delivers. Just missing. And falls behind on the count now at 3-1. Caitlin Brenna waiting on the pitch and bounces it to the left side. Maddie Spaeth is there, long throw across. Delgado with the catch over at first. And a ground out from Caitlin Brenna, and there is one away. 5-3 on the putout. And that brings up Maria Watt. DGF left fielder popped up to the third baseman Spaeth in the first inning. Batting now with 1 out and a 1-0 lead in the third. Watt takes a swing at a pitch down and out of the strike zone, missing. And Mohagan works ahead of the count now at 1-0. 0-1. And the pitch. That one's up and away. Ball and a strike. Maria Watt into the game batting at 500. Slips this one high in the air to left. Off to the near side and about 3 steps short of the foul marker. The play made. Haley Floberg coming over to make the catch on that play. And with that, there are 2 out.
Number 3, Ryan Mohagan. Next to bat, third baseman number 2, Morgan Tollefson.
Here comes Morgan Tollefson. And she takes a called strike. DGF third baseman has scored the game's only run after leading off the second inning with a base hit. And bats here now with 2 out, and now strike 2. Took a look at that one all the way in. DGF third baseman Morgan Tollefson as Mohagan delivers, and she just got around on that one. It was an off-speed pitch, and she was way ahead and pulled it to the near side foul. As Tollefson waits, here's Mohagan on the delivery, and that one's right back to Mohagan. And it's a 1-2-3 third inning as Ryan Mohagan comes on in relief. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's DGF 1 and Moorhead nothing.
3 up and 3 down for DGF here at the top of inning number.
Moorhead comes to bat in the bottom of the third inning, and stepping in to lead things off, left fielder Haley Floberg. And she fouls that one straight back and out of play.
Batting for the Spuds, left fielder number 1, Haley Floberg.
So far, DGF Mallory Leitner has gone the distance, and this one is slapped to the right side, and a running catch from right field by Jenna Bjelland, who came in quickly and racing towards the foul line to make the catch just before it slipped out of play. Jenna Bjelland with a nice running play, and there's one away. Haley Floberg flying out.
The pitcher number 3, Ryan Moorhead.
And now pitcher Ryan Moorhead comes to bat. Started at right field, now the pitcher, Ryan Moorhead. Spuds trailing 1-0, DGF. Steady performance out on the mound by Mallory Leitner. And the pitch, a called strike. That one had a lot of steam on it. Leitner delivering that one up in a hurry. And as she settles in, here's the windup and the pitch. And that one is fouled off to the right and out of play, so 2 strikes to count. Batting ninth in the order, Ryan Moorhead fouls that one back. Count stays on at 0-2. As Moorhead settles in, here's the pitch, up and away, ball 1. I suspect that Mallory Leitner had that in mind as kind of a teaser pitch, hoping that she would chase something. She did not. And the next pitch is down and in the turf, and it's 2-2. Leitner delivers, and it's bounced, but foul. A soft bouncer to the up the third baseline, and on the second bounce it kicked foul. So the count stays even up at 2-2 as Moorhead returns to the batter's box. Straightaway stance, and here's the pitch, and that one is fouled away. Outfield in just a bit, but straightaway. Infield even with the bases all around. Moorhead readies. Leitner delivers. And this one is slapped into left field. A steady at-bat by Ryan Moorhead. Pays off with a bouncer into left field. And Moorhead has a base runner here, batting in the bottom of the third. And here comes Maddie Spaeth. So with Moorhead on now at first, Spaeth, who reached on a bouncer to the right side in the first inning. And the delivery. Pitch is up high. Mallory Leitner back on and ready. Maddie Spaeth waits and bounces that one foul. Count goes to 1-1 here. A ball and a strike on Spaeth. And the windup by Leitner. And that one is away. Teasing the outside corner, but wide. The count goes to 2-1. As Spaeth waits, and this one is bounced and foul. Count goes even now at 2-2. Moorhead with a runner on at first, and one out. Maddie Spaeth, leadoff batter, and that one is hit to the right side and up, and a base hit. So, base hit by Ryan Moorhead to the left, and a base hit to the right by Maddie Spaeth, and the Spuds have runners now at first and second. Kate Gulbranson, batting second in the order, struck out in her at-bat in the first inning.
The second baseman, number 4, Kate Gulbranson.
Quick look into the box to the near side, Stacy Holm. Encourage her to get back in. Straightaway stance as Leitner delivers, and this one is bounced to the left side. Pick up there, and a long throw crosses in time, and then a quick toss on the return back to third base. But Moorhead is back in safely, and the runners at second and third. So 5-3 on the put out to Gulbranson for out number 2. And now with runners at second and third, here is Drew Severson. And she struck out and her at bat in the first inning. Moorhead with their first scoring threat of the afternoon as Severson takes a look at a called strike. Just catching the outside corner. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. As Mallory Leitner peers in, is ready, and the delivery is hit to the right side. And that is a fair ball deep in the far right corner. 1 run is in. A second run is in. Severson checks in at second with a 2-run double. And Moorhead has taken the lead here in the third inning. Ryan Mohagan scoring first. Right behind her, Maddie Spaeth. And Moorhead has the lead now at 2-1. And here's Thea Bradstein. A 2-run double for Drew Severson. Thea Bradstein was a strikeout victim in the second inning when she led off. Batting here now in the bottom of the third, and here's the delivery, and that's nubbled down the near side, and from third, strong throw across from Morgan Tollefson to Caitlin Brenna, and that is the end of the third inning. But the Spuds scored 2 and take the lead after 3 innings of play. Now it's Moorhead 2 and DGF 1.
For the Moorhead Spuds in the bottom of the third.
Nick Hastings comes up with it, sends it out. Here's Nolan Westrom. Leading point getter with 40, with 12 goals and 14 goals and 26 assists. So the Spuds wrap it around. So in 5 seconds to go. And it comes up to center ice. And that will do it as the Spuds hang on for the Section 8 championship trophy. A recap of the DGF comes to bat in the top of the 4th inning, and to lead things off, Jenna Bjelland, who had a base on balls in the second inning, was left stranded at third. Bjelland will be followed by Taylor Ockery and Brianna McCollum. A run in the second by DGF, 2 runs in the third for Moorhead, and the Spuds lead DGF here by a score of 2-1. With DGF, the Rebels come to bat in the 4th. Jenna Bjelland stands in against Ryan Mohagan. And that pitch is popped up and foul, and it's strike 1 the count. Ryan Mohagan on in relief of Drew Severson. Severson pitched the first couple of innings, and Mohagan came on and got through a 1-2-3 inning in the third and delivers that one up and away. And the count goes to 1-1. Forward in the box, way forward in the box. Jenna Bjelland takes a look at a pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Might have been expecting something down and in, but that one had some good steam on it by Mohagan, and here's the pitch, and that one is outside, again trying to tickle the corner, but that one sailed wide. Jenna Bjelland now has a 2-2 count as Ryan Mohagan settles in and delivers. And that one swung on and missed. It appeared low and appeared to be tapped, but no, it was right into the glove of Thea Bradstein. And Jenna Bjelland down on strikes to start the 4th inning.
Second baseman number 6.
And here comes Taylor Ockery. And she was a strikeout victim of Drew Severson in the second inning, batting here now in the fourth with one away. A .276 batter coming in. Here's the pitch, and this one is hit solidly into left field. And a base hit on the first pitch. Taylor Ockery now at first. And with one out, here's Brianna McCollum. The designated player drew a walk in the second inning, was left stranded at second. And batting here now in the fourth with a runner on at first. Brianna McCollum. Throw down at first, but base runner Ockery back in time. McCollum taking a look down to the near side. Back in the box, slightly forward. Here's the pitch, and that one is down in the turf and away. Bradstein having to retrieve it. And that gives time for Taylor Ockery to scoot on down to second base, and she stands there now on the wild pitch. Now a runner at second and one out as McCollum waits, and here's the Moorhead delivery, and that hitter. Pitch that got inside and away. McCollum hit by pitch. Puts runners at first and second with one away. And it brings up Skylar Spessard. The DGF catcher striking out in her at bat of the second inning. And she squares to bunt, and it's fouled right into the batter's box, and it bounced off there and then caught. So a strike one the count. A .421 batter coming in. Skylar Spessard batting. And number 9 batter in the DGF order. Trailing here 2-1. As Moorhead delivers. And that is a soft number and caught. Third baseman Maddie Spaeth leaped on she had turned her back to the plate, and running away from the plate was able to jump up and make the catch. So a soft line drive. Skylar Spessard is out, and there are 2 away.
Leadoff batter, shortstop number 3, Evelyn Moe.
And to the top of the order, Evelyn Moe. DGF shortstop grounded out on the first base hit, and that base hit drove in DGF's run in the second inning that gave the Rebels a 1-0 lead. And here's a fly ball towards the right side and just behind second base. Moorhead second baseman Kate Galbranson gobbles it up, and that takes care of DGF in the fourth inning as they put a runner on, and then 2 runners on with a hit by pitch. Both are left stranded, and after 3.5 innings of play, it's Moorhead 2 and DGF 1.
With possession on the near side, Caleb Alderson. Caleb Alderson down low to Jackson score. Now back out on top. Here's a shot and a goal! Moorhead's first goal, first lead in their program history. Kenny Boney is going to get the goal. And the Spuds go on top of Sartell.
Moorhead comes to bat on the bottom of the fourth inning, led off by Yitzel Delgado, followed by Kenzie Donner, then Bria Holm. We're in the middle of the order. Spuds have a 2-1 lead, scoring 2 runs in the third. And Delgado takes a look, check swing, in time, and ball 1 the count now on Delgado. Count should be 1-1. There's a ball and a strike. And that one is in the dirt for ball 2. First baseman Yitzel Delgado. Closed stance from the right side. Waits. Pops that one off to the far side, and it rolls foul. Jenna Bjelland giving chase for DGF, retrieving and putting the ball back into play. Mallory Leitner breezed through the first 2 innings and then gave up a couple of runs to Moorhead in the third, trailing now 2-1, and she's ready to go. And that one is popped up to the right side. Back on the play, and the catch, it'll give an assist to the second baseman, and the catch will go to right fielder Jenna Bjelland. Taylor Hockery went back on it, has it measured, but it popped out of her glove and right into that of Jenna Bjelland. So 6-7 on the put out, and there is one away, and that brings up Kenzie Downer.
Center fielder number 9, Kenzie Downer.
I should say 6-9 on the play, and actually, it should be 4. I have too many numbers here. 4 and 9. Combining, that is, second baseman and right fielder, combining on the play, and there is one away. Our position here this afternoon has the glare of the sun coming right off the turf, right into the area where the batter is. Quite frankly, I don't see the ball when it's in there. And so we'll take a guess. And this one is popped up off to the near side, and a good run to the near side by third baseman Morgan Tollefson. But she ran out of room as she neared the track, and it falls safely out of play, and it's 2 strikes. And a strike 3. Swinging at a high, hard fastball.
Shortstop number 7.
And that brings up Bria Holm. Kenzie Downer down on strikes for out number 2. And Bria Holm, who struck out in her at-bat in the second inning, batting now with a 2-1 lead. And takes a look at a called strike. Here, batting here in the 4th inning. A couple of 7-inning games scheduled here between Moorhead and DGF. Good softball battle going on here this afternoon as the pitch is up and away. With a ball and a strike, here's the pitch by Leitner. Swung on and missed. And that's strike 3 as we got behind on the count. Evened up quickly. Bria Holm goes down for the second time, and after 4 innings complete, it's Moorhead 2 and DGF 1. We go to the 5th inning. DGF coming to bat with a trailing by a score of 2-1. And we'll think Kiara Summers will lead things off. DGF center fielder had a base hit in the first, grounded out in the second. 1 for 2 on the day. As DGF will bat numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Batting in from the left side, Kiara Summers. Squares and looks and runs up on the pitch and slaps one towards left field. This is going to be a hard one to catch. Over the center fielder. One bounce and then a quick recovery in center field by Kenzie Downer. She got there but couldn't reach up to make the catch. Played it back on one bounce to second, but a leadoff double for Kiara Summers. And DGF threatening here in the 5th inning. Ryan Mohagan on in relief of Drew Severson. Delivers a strike. The last couple of games, couple of double headers, Drew Severson and Ryan Mohagan have been a good combination. And that one is delivered up and away. One ball, one strike. Mohagan ready and delivers. And this one is hit towards left. In on the play, and it got through the glove. That will go as an error. Left fielder Haley Floberg ran over to make the catch, but it slipped off her glove. And that puts runners at second and third. Kiara Summers was waiting to see if the ball would be caught, so she did not run. Ran safely. And an E7 on that play. And DGF now has runners at second and third. That brings up Maria Witt. DGF left fielder popped up in the first, flew out in the third. And Maria Watt stands in now against Ryan Mohagan. To third. There is not a force, and her throw got through Thea Bradstein. So another Moorhead error, as that one slipped right through the glove of Bradstein. And Watt, or rather Summers, scores to tie the game. The third baseman, Maddie Spaeth, picked up the hard bouncer and threw it right away to Bradstein, and it plain and simply got through the glove. And so the error there
Third baseman number 2, Morgan Tollefson,
has put Maria Watt on at second as she was running all the way. Back-to-back errors. And the game is tied now at 2 as Morgan Tollefson steps in.
No, it's 3-2.
And 2 runs did score. So Kate Unbrenna also did score in the play, and there is a runner now at second. And that gives DGF a 3-2 lead. Here's a bouncer to the short. Bria Holm is there, makes the throw across. But not in time. Deep into the hole towards third. Holm had to hustle to get there, made a nice play, and the throw across was just not in time. Morgan Tollefson reaching on that infield base hit.
the right fielder number 7, Jenna Bjelland.
And running all the way, Maria Watt has improved the DGF count now with 3 runs here in the 5th inning. It's now 4-2. There's a bouncer on the infield. And now we've got, I think they were counting too many outs along the way here and thought that might be 3, but I think there's been so much activity going on here in the last at-bats. Trying to square it away. Maria Tollefson.
Second baseman number 6.
Well, so there was a double play. Tollefson is out.
Tag the runner from first.
And Jenna Bjelland around first was tagged out. So that's the second out. And here's Taylor Ockery. And this one is slapped to the left side and foul. But 3 runs are in, and DGF has taken a 4-2 lead. And that pitch rolls away. But down at, down at third, Maria Watt just hangs on. And the pitch. Again to the left side. Holm with it there. Long throw across, but it's up the line. And another Moorhead error on the throw that pulled first baseman Delgado off the bag, and another run scores. So Taylor Ockery reaching on the air at short. Runner now at first. 4 runs are in. And it's 5-2. McCollum standing in. Brianna McCollum with a walk and a hit by a pitch has been on twice. Ryan Mohagan. Here's the pitch. Popped up, third base, a reach for it, but out of play. Maddie Spaeth took a nice run back on the play, but couldn't get there. And it fell away from her, foul. And play will continue now with the count of 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brianna McCollum. And that one nubbed foul and towards the Moorhead dugout area. As Mohagan delivers. Here's the pitch up and away, and a quick throw down at first. The runner is off, but she advanced quickly on the play, and with the throw going down to first, she easily made it into second. So a stolen base there by Taylor Ockery, and the pitch was up and away, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the inning comes to a close on a strikeout of Brianna McCollum. And after 4.5 innings, of play, it is now DGF 5 and Moorhead 2.
Dilworth, Linden, Felton 4, Moorhead 2. Spuds to bat here in the last of inning number 5.
As we get our scorer book somewhat realigned, it is a 2-run game now as Moorhead comes to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Number 3, Ryan Mohagan.
A quick out on Haley Floberg, and there's one away quickly. And that brings up Ryan Mohagan. Had a base hit in the 3rd inning. 1 for 1 on the day as Mohagan stands in, and this one is called strike as she swung on and missed. And that one is swung on and missed. So a 2-strike count now on Ryan Mohagan, batting here at the bottom of the 5th.
The Spuds leadoff batter, third baseman number 10, Maddie Spaeth.
So after Mohagan goes out, it brings up Maddie Spaeth, Moorhead third baseman. And this one is popped into center field, right over second and bouncing all the way down. Played out there by Kiara Summers. Pardon me. Kiara Summers on the fielding there on the base hit by Maddie Spaeth. Spuds have a base runner.
Second baseman number 4.
And here's Kate Galbranson. A strikeout victim in the first, grounded out in the third. Takes a look at a pitch out of the zone, and it's ball 1. Wide open stance. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the corner. Kate Galbranson waiting, and the pitch. Again, catching the corner for a called strike. A ball and 2 strikes on Kate Galbranson. As Leitner delivers, and this fouled off. Was that a foul tip and a catch? Yeah. Okay, foul tip caught, and that'll go as a strikeout. Here in the 5th inning as Galbranson goes down. And after 5 innings complete, it's now DGF 4 and Moorhead 2.
So 3-2, full count. Payoff pitch. Runners go. That one's hit up the middle, and it's going to reach and through, and the Spuds are going to walk off with another win. Heroics, a base hit up the middle by Caleb Sari, and the Spuds, in dramatic fashion, win this one 3-2. What an ending for the Spuds. They had a walk-off victory against West Fargo, but that one was on a walk. And this one, with bases loaded, Caleb Sari gets a ground ball up the middle, base hit, and the Spuds win it 3-2.
Rotation continues to stay in place with Drew Severson starting, pitching 2 innings. Ryan Mohagan comes on to pitch 3. And Drew Severson comes on to pitch now in the 6th inning. And she'll face Skylar Spessard, who struck out and hit a soft line drive to third baseman Maddie Spaeth in the 4th. 0 for 2 on the day. Skylar Spessard leading things off here in the 6th inning for DGF. Drew Severson winds and delivers, and it's bounced to the left side. Caught by Brianne Holm, but deep in the hole. There's no chance of getting back up and making the play. And wisely just brings it back in and hands it off to Drew Severson. So, Spessard getting an infield base hit.
The DGF leadoff batter, shortstop number 3.
And here is Evelyn Moe, DGF shortstop. Base hit and delivered a run-scoring base hit in the 2nd. 1 for 3 on the day. That pitch is up and away by Severson. 4-2, DGF has had the early lead, then has had to come from behind, getting 3 runs in the 5th inning to take the advantage at 4-2. Severson delivers. And off to the right side, slicing foul. It'll roll all the way to the track and beyond. Evelyn Moe, DGF shortstop. Leaning back on her right foot, the right-handed batter pops that one off to the far side, and that one slices away, foul, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Evelyn Moe leaning in, and here's the look, and then the pitch is down low by Severson. The count goes even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Evelyn Moe. Severson winds and delivers to Holm, getting the force at second, but the relay not in time, but getting the lead runner. 6-4 and the put out at second, and Spessard goes away, and that puts Evelyn Moe on at first, reaching on a fielder's choice. Kiera Summers, 2 for 3 on the day. A single in the first, a ground out in the second, a double in the fifth. Kiera Summers. Standing deep in the batter's box and then likes to run up on the pitch. There'll be a stolen base. Evelyn Moe was going. He made it in easily. Standing now at second. Very aggressive play. DGF likes to put pressure on the defense. Here's the pitch and a swung on to the ground, to the third base, and Maddie Spaeth delivers it across, but not nearly in time. And we're going to credit Summers with a base hit. The throw by Spaeth was up the line, but would not have gotten Summers, I think. And so with that, we're going to credit her with a base hit. And that puts runners at first and third as Caitlin Brenna checks in. DGF first baseman. 0 for 3 on the day, but with a run scored. Here's a fly ball to the right side. Coming in on the play, Ryan Mohagan there to make the catch and quickly tosses it in. Drew Severson alertly waiting for the pitch to come in. They didn't want to have a whole lot of time waiting for things to develop on the play. So Caitlin Brenna flies out to right field. They're 2 away. Runners at first and third. Here's Maria Watt. That pitch is in the dirt. And again, wasting no time, getting her way down to second base. Kiara Summers checking in there. The pitch was low and in the turf. And Maria Watt bounces one to the right side. Moorhead second baseman Kate Gulbranson tosses it over to Delgado. And that ends the 6th inning. So the Spuds will come to bat in the bottom of the 6th, but trailing. After 5.5 innings of play, it's DGF 4 and Moorhead 2. Ball goes up and bouncing along. Lifted ahead. Now Moorhead will have a chance. It's a breakaway try. Here's the shot and a goal. Brianne Martinson getting her second of the day. And she picked up that loose puck. She had a step on everybody. It was just her, and it was just Emma Kate Bursch. And for Moorhead, Brianne Martinson getting her second. Moorhead will come to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. And pitcher Drew Severson ready to lead things off with a strikeout and a double, a 2-run double for Drew Severson that happened in the 3rd inning. Comes to bat here 1 for 2 on the day. And the Spuds now trailing 4-2 as they have faced a very strong and steady performance from Mallory Leitner. And the pitch. Grounded foul up the third baseline. And Leitner quickly gets ahead on the count. Here's the delivery. And that one is swung on and missed. And we missed a pitch along the way there. That was strike 3.
Batting cleanup for Moorhead. The catcher, number 17.
Drew Severson down on strikes for the second time today, and here's Thea Bradstein. She also was a strikeout victim in the second inning and grounded out in the third, 0 for 2 on the day. She'll stand in from the right side. Thea Bradstein has the delivery, is hit to the left side and into left field for a base hit. Maria Watt out in left, coming up to make the play and tossing it back in, but a base hit for Thea Bradstein has given Moorhead a runner here in the sixth inning. And here's Yitzel Delgado, 0 for 2 today. Right side and drops. Well, they get the play in time. They did. Took a 9-iron spin off the turf out at second base, but the out recorded as Bradstein now checked in at second, and Delgado going 4-3 on the putout is out number 2, and here's Kenzie Downer. 1 for 2 on the day.
Center fielder number 9, Kenzie Downer.
Standing forward in the box, takes a look at a fastball for a called strike. And the pitch. Up and away. Kenzie Downer, 1-1. Batting here with 2 outs. And sends one to the right side, and a running try is foul. Down the right field line, right fielder Jenna Bjelland was giving chase on it. And just as she got there, it slipped down and off to the side. Foul ball strike, and it's now 1-2. And the pitch is 2-2 as it sailed up and out of the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quickly back into action. Here's the delivery, and it's a strike. And the throw on to first in time, so that will go as a strikeout, and the Spuds threaten but do not score here in the sixth. As we go to bat in the top of the seventh inning, it is DGF 4 and Moorhead 2.
That deflects up and out of play. Spuds are there first. Norman Cifuentes on the restart now for the Spuds. Along the far sideline, trying to make his way towards the middle. Shot and a goal! Tough angle shot there for Tommy Alderson, but he found a seam and put it into the net as the Spuds extend their lead 10-1.
Dilworth, Glidden, Felton, DGF coming to bat here in the top of the seventh inning with a 4-2 lead. Drew Severson, after starting and pitching on in relief now of Ryan Mohagan, pitching here the sixth and seventh innings. And for DGF, Morgan Tollefson, the third baseman, 2 for 3 on the afternoon. A couple of singles for Tollefson. And she'll stand in as Moorhead with a quick visit out and around pitcher Drew Severson. And so with that, Morgan Tollefson, right-handed hitting third baseman and waiting, standing back in the box. Severson winds and delivers. And that one sails away. Slipped away from catcher Bradstein all the way to the backstop. And ball 1 the count. couple of games yesterday for DGF that saw them score 13 runs in the first game, 5 in the second to sweep a doubleheader against Frazee. And here's a bouncer up the middle and into center field. Kenzie Downer plays it back in. Morgan Tollefson leads off the 7th inning with a base hit to center. And here comes Jenna Bjelland. Now, the last couple of innings, we've seen that when DGF gets a runner on first, not at all shy about trying to advance the runner, and they have been successful so far. That pitch inside and away for a called ball. It was chased off to the side just a bit, but Bradstein got there. And this one is popped and out of play. Bradstein giving chase onto the track, but could not get there in time, and the count evens up at 1-1. Game 2 will come up approximately a half hour after the completion of our first game here this afternoon at Jim Goda Stadium. And as they look in, Jenna Bjelland standing way up in the box. Bounces it to the left side. Holm is there. She'll take it herself to second and throw on to first. And safe. Waiting for the umpire out on the field, but did not give a sign that we could. It appeared very obvious that the player was safe, and that's the way it rules. So 6 unassisted to get the first out.
Second baseman number 6.
And Bjelland reaching on a fielder's choice. And here's Taylor Ockery. One for 3 today for Taylor Ockery on a strikeout, a base hit, and reaching on an error. And she, too, standing forward in the box, dribbles it to the left. Maddie Spaeth rifles it across. 5-3 on the putout of Taylor Ockery. And there are 2 away. Here comes Brianna McCollum.
Designated player number 8, Brianna McCullum.
0 for 1. After being hit by a pitch and after drawing a walk, striking out in the 5th inning, Brianna McCollum batting here now in the top of the 7th with a runner down at second. A quick look down, but back in safely. Jenna Bjelland. Drew Severson now on the mound and ready. Winds up and delivers. A swing and a miss. Two and one the count on Bjelland as the pitch is delivered and fouled off to the right side, and that evens things up at 2-2. Brianna McCollum. Standing in and waiting McCollum as Drew Severson delivers. And the pitch got away. They'll have to throw it on to first and do in time. So 2-3 on the put-out strikeout. And DGF puts a runner down at second, but stranded there. And after 6.5 innings of play, it is DGF 4 and Moorhead 2.
No more split hairs, 1 left on base.
Spuds come to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing by 2. Bria Holm will lead things off, followed by Haley Floberg and then Ryan Mohagan. First pitch is fouled off and it's strike 1. Spuds taking a 2-1 advantage in the 3rd inning, but gave the lead back again when DGF scored 3 runs in the 5th. And that's where we stand, 4-2 DGF. Pitch up and away, called ball. Moorhead trying to pick up their 2nd win in a row, 3rd of the season, while DGF is looking to pick up their 10th straight win after starting the season with a loss to Norman County East, Ulan Hitterdal, and have reeled off 9 straight since. Here's a ball and 2-strike delivery by Leitner, just missing up the letters, and the count is even at 2-2. Leitner ready, and an off-speed pitch that's fouled back and onto the track and out of play. Eighth grade shortstop Bria Holm. Ready and waiting. Here's the delivery up high and away. And the count goes full on Bria Holm. Leitner is ready, and the delivery is ball 4. She wanted to take another swing at it. You're only allowed the 4, but she wanted to stand in and keep on swinging. A walk to Bria Holm. And the Spuds get a runner on to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. And here's Haley Floberg, Moorhead left fielder. To the right side, and a ground out there. And on the play, Bria Holm moves on to second. And here is right fielder Ryan Mohagan. Standing in, and pops one straight up. As it slices off to the far side, a give on the chase, but it pops out of the glove. First baseman Caitlin Brenna came all the way up from first base bag, and just as it got there, it popped out of her glove. And so new life for Haley Floberg, batting with the 1-strike count, and that one is fouled away. Just did get a piece of it to foul it straight back. Ryan Mohagan. Here's the pitch up and away. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes now on Mohagan. And the pitch. And that again, a little off-speed pitch. The Spuds haven't had too much difficulty making contact, but they have had some difficulty putting the ball in play. But enough to keep their bat alive. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes as Holm waits, and the pitch is up and away for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ryan Mohagan up and away, ball 3. It's a full count on Mohagan. In the on-deck circle, the top of the order, Maddie Spaeth, as that pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. It may have been out of the strike zone, but it was a tempting pitch nonetheless. Ryan Mohagan going after it, striking out, and there are 2 away, and that brings up Maddie Spaeth. Bria Holm on at second, and here's Spaeth. And that one bounces away. Holm alertly on her way down, and will check in at third. A wild pitch that puts Bria Holm down by 2 runs, and Holm now settling in at third. Maddie Spaeth waits and looks at a pitch up out of the strike zone. 2-0 the count. Mallory Leitner settling in, winding up. Here's the delivery, and that one's bounced to the pitcher Leitner. She picks it up and throws on to first. Leitner goes 1-3 on the putout, and DGF has picked up their 10th straight win as they have played game 1 of this doubleheader here in Moorhead. Our final score, DGF 4 and Moorhead 2.
No hits, no rebels.